You're listening to Comic Reflections, episode 173. I'm your host, Nicholas Prom.
I'm Jeff Barnett, the signal man of crime.
Comic Reflections is brought to you by Rhymes with Geek. You can find our show, plus many other cool podcasts like the all-new Anti-Fanboy, Super Podcasto Magnifico, and Ultimate Facepalm at rhymeswithgeek.com. And if you enjoy our show, please subscribe to us on either iTunes or Stitcher.
Okay. Batman and Robin.
Yeah, hang on. The first comic we're going to talk about today is Wanted, the World's Most Dangerous Villains, #1, from July and August of 1972. And this is a short-lived reprint book at DC. And yes, the lead story is Batman and Robin against the Signalmen of Crime, and which is a reprint from Batman number 112 from December of 1957. It was written by Bill Finger, penciled by Sheldon Moldoff, and inked by Charles Paris.
Okay. All right. This crook comes from a small town, goes to the big city of Gotham, and wants to become a kingpin.
Yeah.
Off the bat, and it gets laughed at because, one, stupid, and two, nobody knows him. But
yeah,
really, yeah, I mean.
Oh, you have no connections? You just think, I just got all the brains, see? Like, it doesn't work that way, Rico. That's not his name, but making a reference to Little Caesar.
Which is great.
Oh, it's a great movie. Edward G. Robinson. It's his...
Oh, man. So he sees a bat signal, says, hey, I can get a signal, too, and I'll be the signal man. There used to be a job, the signal man, which in railroads, you turn the signal on and off for some reason. I'm not sure what they did, but
yeah.
It is a thing. So he Signal Man sends a clue to the Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Is this the first time, or did they?
What?
I think the Riddler did that, and I wonder who was the first one to send clues.
Well, this is 1957. The Riddler definitely predates him. But, I mean, Batman has lots of villains who've done this, the Riddler being the best of them. But sending clues before you're going to commit a crime is the stupidest thing in the world. You're like, I'm so great, I dare you to stop me. Well, it's Batman, so he's going to stop you.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought it was great that there's a Riddler where he says, I'm not going to send clues anymore because that's bad. But he sends clues in his sleep, which is really kind of cool. He's just forced to. So the Riddler is allowed to do this. Because that's his shtick.
Yeah.
That's his mania.
But the Signalman, it's kind of his thing too, and so is the Clue Master or the Puzzler. But they're all just kind of not as good as the Riddler.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he's the original, and they're the imitators.
Yeah. It would be nice if criminals did this in real life. It wouldn't be great.
I mean, some of them are dumb enough they blow it, but like
they send clues after it's done on YouTube.
Yeah,
on Facebook. It's hilarious. I love dumb crook news.
Yeah.
But all we gotta do is send clues to the police and not do them.
I think they might come a calling anyway.
Yeah, that's true too. That would suck. Hey, well, we sent you a broom and a piece of paper with a atom drawn on it. So what are you going to do to us? Littering?
Right.
But okay, I like this. Okay, I'm not a big Silver Age Batman fan.
It's a weird period. I don't mind reading the occasional one of these, but the 1950s Batman is kind of it's really corny.
Yeah, not in a good way either. I don't know why Superman can get away with it, but Batman cannot. Maybe because it looks gritty and it's goofy, and that doesn't. Superman is really clean looking, and everything's washed and very precise.
I don't know. I think because Batman lives in a dark world and Superman does not. Superman is the light in a world, and everything around him is bright. And then
so
Batman
goofiness works okay in that, but goofiness doesn't work in the shadows.
Right. It works in the camp, 1960s Batman show sense, but that Batman really, ironically, is kind of a lot like these 50s Batman stories.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird that it works there.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Signal Man is stupid.
Yeah.
And why is he in the first issue of wanted most dangerous villains? Like, who is asking for Signalman reprints?
He should be in the back. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Somebody's cousin was putting it together or something. I don't know. But,
Yeah, let's use the Signalman. What?
yeah,
Anyway.
it's bad. All right, so he sends his clue with the broom and Adam with the, like I described before, a picture of an atom. And the problem with these clues, and it's also the show, is that we will never get it because we don't know there is something going on in Gotham City. We just don't know this, and there's no way for us to know it. Although I did think of the broom with submarines, but nah, that'd be stupid. Yep. There's a jade model of the Nautilus. Oh man, like, is that ever? They make models, and I love models, but they're never gonna make one of jade. Jade is super expensive, and it doesn't. It's not appropriate. It's just sort of you make a model out of wood or plastic, make it look like the object, like that.
Right. I mean, people carve things out of jade, but you're going to carve a submarine out of it? Usually it's a Buddha or an elephant.
Or some kind of animal that you can be stylized, but you're not supposed to be stylized when you're making a model of a piece of machinery like that.
Right, because a model, in modeling terms, it's the accuracy and the attention to detail of it really looks and is the same scale as all this thing. But when you carve something out of ivory or jade, it's almost caricature. It's, it resembles this, but it's not like...
It can be very artistic, but that's not... You don't... It's not... It's
I
not
get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, it's not right. So, oh, man.
So they go after the Signalman.
Yeah, and he's surprised. He looks very fetching. And, no, he doesn't. He looks stupid as crap.
And there's a signal on his chest that lights up.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's bright and it's dumb. And he's into using symbols and signals. That's his whole shtick. And so, what's he doing now?
I don't know. He goes to, there's a... he's really happy that he escaped Batman. And he's got a jaw like Batman's, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All right, so he goes to planetarium, which are really, really neat. I like planetariums. And he throws...
And it's a perfect place to stage supervillainy.
Yeah.
So there's a giant set of scales for some reason. Because in the planetarium there's all this like astrological stuff.
Yeah. So he sends a signal, a black flag with a skull and crossbones, just international symbol of piracy. So he's going to rob by himself a ocean liner.
What?
And just, I don't know. But he, is it ocean liner? Just a ship. Yeah, and what he captures, Batman and Robin, and he puts them into locks them into a ship, or boat rather, and then he goes off to the ocean liner.
And it looks like he steals the bat boat.
Yeah, which is cool. Yeah, and that's kind of neat.
Yeah, but then Batman and Robin, they got out and beat him up.
Yep.
And he goes back to prison.
And that's it.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah.
This story is a little better, though. This is The Crimes of the Clock King, which is a reprint from World's Finest, number 111. It's from August of 1960. Let's see. Written by Ed Heron, with art by Lee Elias, who I like Lee Elias. He's really an artist in the Milton Caniff style, which was very popular. I enjoy Lee Elias whenever I come across him. So it's cool. It's Green Arrow and Speedy, and this is the debut of the Clock King. And the Clock King was also seen on the 1960s Batman show.
Oh, yeah.
Not in this costume, but the Clock King was on there.
Oh, and I know the name, and I can't remember. Oh, well.
Tempest... No, never mind. I'm thinking of a different guy.
Okay. All right. there's a party going on, costume party. You know, costume parties must be the most dangerous place back then because there's always crime going on. Everybody's
Right.
robbing people, and how many times have we seen this? And
It's happened quite a bit. Spencer and I've been reading, like going through reading all the old Silver Age Green Lantern stuff.
mhm.
Man, there's like a masquerade ball like every couple months in these comics.
I've never been to a masquerade. I think I've been to a Halloween party. Is that
Yeah.
considered masquerade? But masquerade, I think you're supposed to dress like
Somebody, and then
you
you
cannot be
unmask at
noticed
midnight.
No
Yeah.
one knows who you are. Then you take it off, and so.
Yeah.
But now it's, I don't know. I
People
think
just
they're-
have costume parties. It's a thing that has changed.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I'm not sure that's better or worse. But,
It's just different.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
So the Clock King, he's just at the masquerade ball, and he's kind of nondescript, even though his costume is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's not bad. The face is bad, but I like his tights. They got little clocks on. Look like pajamas, but
Yeah, but he's got a green cape, and his mask/helmet looks like the face of a clock.
yeah, and it's kind of lame. I don't know what else can you do, but it's got a
I think
line
it
for
would
a mouth.
it just wouldn't work at all in real life, but in a comic it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of
So.
scary looking.
So anyway, he's committing crimes, and Green Arrow and Speedy become aware of them.
Yeah. Let's see. He uses one of his mechanical clocks with the guy coming out with the drum.
Yeah.
And the full Green Lantern, which is
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow, excuse me. And that's kind of neat. I did not know that Green Arrow had a signal like Batman.
Yeah, I mean, basically, Golden Age and 50s Green Arrow, he's Batman light. He mirrors everything Batman does. It's no dark and oh my parents were killed thing.
Mm-hmm.
He has a young ward. He's a millionaire.
He's even more.
He's got the Arrow
more-
cave, the Arrow car, and yes, there's an Arrow signal.
Yeah.
So he's got even more what?
I think that Speedy's more annoying than Robin. So
You think?
yeah, I don't know.
I would say less so, but that's just me.
No, okay. I was annoyed by him just when I saw him, so I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Do you just not like teen sidekicks?
No, never have.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't need, as a teenager or a kid, I didn't need to have someone like me to look up to. I can look up to anything that's a good character.
Right.
Race, gender, I don't care.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the sidekicks are they're so the hero has somebody to talk to
Right.
also.
Yeah.
Just makes it easier for them to write. So
Okay. The Clockman has actually a good idea. He goes to a Clock King. Okay. He goes to a clock store and turns on all the clocks to ring at one particular time.
yeah.
And then, while everyone's being distracted, he's next door stealing stuff.
Oh, okay.
So he steals stuff, and Green Arrow sees him. So they chase after him, and Green Arrow and Speedy falls into a
Giant hourglass.
yeah that has spikes on the bottom.
Yeah. So when they go through the sands of time, they'll get killed. But how they get out of it? Green Arrow uses like an arrow with a rope on it.
Yeah, jeez.
And they break out, and then they go and they catch the Clock King right away.
Yeah, it's kind of meh. Oh, do you see these cool in-house
Yeah, I did.
ads?
There's a house ad advertising a couple of mass market paperbacks. They're reprinting the classic Green Lantern, Green Arrow stories, as written by Denny O'Neil and drawn by Neil Adams, that are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Green Lantern,
Yeah,
about
here's Menace of the Green Puppet.
Giant.
Puppet.
yes,
Man, what's up with green? Why not? Could it be the Yellow Lantern? No,
come on.
that's Sinestro. But
But yellow sounds like he's a coward.
yeah, that's true.
So, I just realized that he has no fear, and then the ring affects nothing yellow or whatever. Yellow isn't cowardly.
Ah, yeah.
I never thought about
You ever
that.
see the SCTV? They had Yellow, yellow belly, where you gonna run to now? There's this guy.
No.
John Candy was this coward. he deserted from the Union and the Confederacy, and he has this big yellow stripe on the back. He's always afraid.
That's funny. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's classic.
That's great. Okay, but this story, yes, excuse me, is Menace of the Giant Puppet, reprinted from Green Lantern #1 in July and August of 1960. Written by John Broome, penciled by Gil Kane, and inked by Joe Giella.
Yeah. Okay, Carol Ferris is putting on her makeup. Oh, they're playing Night and Day. I just read about that. It's not a bad song at all. I like the standards.
Oh. She's listening to the radio.
Right.
Okay.
And singing to herself. No,
Oh.
no. Okay, so she wants to marry Green Lantern,
Of course.
but she doesn't know that he's...
She doesn't know that Hal, the guy that works for her, who is always trying to make a play for her, is the Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
And hilarity ensues.
Right. Yeah. That's interesting. We have a superhero going up with somebody as a superhero. Usually it's their alter ego.
Yeah, she'll date Green Lantern, but she won't give Hal the time of day. Now
Right.
that'll change, but
Well, no, that's common for people to be in love with a superhero, but usually they go out with the alter ego.
yeah. It's interesting. She'll literally go on dates with him as Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
So weird.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so there's a bank robbery, and Hal Jordan turns into Green Lantern and uses green power, and
To foil the robbery.
so, but the guy says, "I don't know what came over me. This is not my line of work. I don't rob banks, but I was robbing banks." So there's somebody like a puppeteer making these people attack,
Commit crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, well, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
And so Green Lantern is in this parade, and there's a giant marionette in the parade.
Yeah.
And it looks like the Joker, kind of.
Yeah, it does.
And anyway, the giant marionette starts attacking Green Lantern, so he has to fight it in front of this crowd of people.
He shoots at Green Lantern with a gun, the marionette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it is creepy looking.
Yeah.
Which I find them creepy anyway.
Yep.
And Green Lantern goes to see who's in charge of it, and it's just worker guy who's knocked out.
Yeah. So then we see the Puppet Master, who is a one-off villain.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're using him, because he's like a one-time villain. But anyway, he is using scientific devices to make puppets out of people and
looks
commit
like the barrel
crimes.
of a pistol, but
Yeah.
it's really huge.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, like a Luger.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, it is.
So
All right, so
Green Lantern is at the masquerade ball, or at a ball, or dancing with Carol,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's being taken away like a puppet by the Puppet Master with his puppet ray or whatever.
which is hilarious because he's in his Green Lantern outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's taken away, and then he escapes and beats the crap out of the puppeteer or puppet master. So,
Yeah, and then takes him on strings, to jail.
Yeah. So he's dressed in yellow.
Yeah.
He's wearing jodhpurs. Man, I wish I could wear jodhpurs.
Yep.
They're cool. So what's he gonna do? Because green won't affect yellow. What he does, which is kind of clever, he takes string, which is white, and he makes the string go around him, and
Yeah.
and makes him be a puppet.
Yeah, the
So-
joke's on you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was clever use of
Not bad
getting
at all.
around the not being able to affect yellow.
Mm-hmm.
That works pretty good. So let's talk about Wanted #2. This is the September and October of 1972 issue, and the lead story is called "The Knights of Knavery." It's a reprint from Batman #25 from way back in October and November of 1944. Written by Al Schwartz, penciled by Jack Burnley, and inked by Jerry Robinson. Now, this is a very iconic classic story. It's as frequently referenced.
Is it?
Well, it's I should say frequently noted. But it's the first team up of the Joker and the Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very novel in 1944.
Yeah. Oh man, they have a seal with the Penguin and the Joker of the pack of cards. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I do like the Joker and I do like the Penguin.
Yeah, and I think this is the first Penguin story we've talked about on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
The Penguin goes to jail because he's trying to get this. He's trying to get this gem, and he gets caught by Batman
And Robin.
Yeah. So he goes to jail, and he's put into the same cell as the Joker.
Which, really?
Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but it's really cool because the Joker is talking from the shadows, and you see who he is. Although I wish the splash page wouldn't have told us what's going to happen. That is one thing about comic books that is kind of bad, is that the cover and splash page is going to give you a big reveal, which would be nicer to have in the middle of the story.
Yeah.
And no,
that's an improvement of modern comics, I will say.
Yeah, that's the problem. You want the people to read this.
Yeah, so but DC had a great way of the covers are kind of misleading, you know, and so you read it and it's kind of like that, but it's a twist or whatever.
You know, I never thought of that.
DC had some of the best covers of like weird happenings inside, and you read it and like, okay, it was weird, but it wasn't like what we thought.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. All right, so they fight and get into argue rather.
About who's the #1 criminal in Gotham.
Yeah.
And then they get the plan to why don't we
we sweep out the cell and use the metal from the broom, which is kind of smart. I don't know if it'd work because it's kind of soft metal. And to steal the keys with the wire.
Yeah. So they break out of prison.
And they have a contest. And whoever steals the gem is the best person in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. So Batman lays a trap for them. He knows what they're going to go after. That's just stupid. Why don't they just do something else? We can steal the jewel from some other guy. Is she the only person, this woman, they're going to rob from? Is she the only one in Gotham who has an expensive jewel? I don't think so. But,
yeah.
But of course, both of them go to the gem at the same time because Batman planned it that way, which is not a bad plan on Batman's part.
Yeah.
And they get into a big fight, and they escape.
Yeah.
So, let's see. What's going on? When do they... So Penguin has a plan. He steals something. And I don't... And I think they finally... Okay, they get... Batman and Robin get captured.
And then the Joker and Penguin are doing this weird thing. They're trying to see who can shoot things off of the top of Batman and Robin's heads better.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah.
And both of them are arguing like, no. There's this other guy who's about who's a better criminal.
Yeah.
And they say, no, you guys are pikers compared to, Muggs McGugahan or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's not the guy's name, but it doesn't matter. So they get the Joker and the Penguin arguing, and then Batman and Robin get loose from being tied up and beat the both of them up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's well done. I do like both of the characters and the bad guys.
Yeah.
And although
the story's a real classic, but it's kind of dumb.
Yeah. I like the arguing they do against each other, but that's about it.
Yeah.
The Penguin is always kind of ridiculous. I don't know. You can't be afraid of the Penguin. Although they do a better job of him later on.
Well, now they've reinvented him as basically a kingpin type of character. He's a mob boss and he controls the underworld, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
But he still kind of has the thing with birds and trick umbrellas, but it's not like he's out trying to fight Batman.
Yeah. That No Man's Land series, one
Yeah.
of the few, I enjoyed that, and I liked how he was doing it. And I remember two factions are fighting, and the Penguin says, "Who should I be rooting for?" And it's really, I don't know, something about that, just the way he was drawn and the real question it was really
Yeah.
done well.
Well, he's thinking like, how can I benefit from this
Yeah,
without me getting
right.
harmed also?
And there's sometimes in literature and comic books and movies that an instant, maybe it's a sentence, maybe it's 5 seconds in a movie. Everything works, and it's just a work of art in that one section, and that
Yeah.
and it just
So the
stays
penguin
with forever.
in No Man's Land, that stuck with you.
Yeah, and it's one of the things. There's a bunch of other cool stuff too.
Yeah. I
Um,
think I've got like that whole
I got.
thing in trade paperback,
I
and
think I gave you most of them.
I think you gave me all of them, but
Okay.
I haven't gotten to reading that one just yet. But
Okay. All right. So the Flash, which is okay. The Trickster, which is not.
let me give the credits. Yes, this is The Trickster Strikes Back from the Flash number 121, the June of 1961 issue of the Flash. Written by John Broome, penciled by Carmine Infantino, and inked by Joe Giella. This is interesting. This is 2 issues before the Flash of Two Worlds. But yeah, the Trickster. I like the Flash's Rogues Gallery. He is not one of my favorites among the Flash villains.
Yeah. Kind of irritating.
You know, I mean, but I'll take him over the Toyman from Superman.
Yeah.
Or
there's
the-
a, there's
or
a
the
bunch
prankster.
of-
There's
Yeah,
so
he's
many
not the
villains
worst.
like that.
Who's the worst?
I don't know, I think the Prankster is probably the worst.
I mean, of all the, because there's so many, there was just one-offs, one-hit wonders, and they're just not so wonderful. But
you wonder, like, certain villains are like, why do you keep coming back? Like, you're terrible.
yeah, I'm trying to think of ones. Well, the Trickster, I don't like. Yeah, Prankster, meh. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the once again in prison, the prankster or the trickster figures out how to make something and escapes.
He turns this little model plane into a workable jet engine, which is impossible. But anyway,
there are jet engines that small, but it will not be able to carry a human being.
yeah. So anyway, he pilots this toy jet out of prison, and he's okay. His name is James Jesse, and he's related to Jesse James, the outlaw, which doesn't really make sense. But anyway, he was an acrobat, high wire type guy, and then he found he created these trick shoes that would allow him to walk on air, and then he decided to become the trickster, and his whole MO is pulling, tricks and stuff, and using them to commit crimes.
Yeah, it's as stupid as it sounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Flash is in on it. Nice little montage, that word again, of who is this?
That's Iris Allen. She's or Iris West, excuse me, recalling the story of the trickster, how he came to be.
She's checking out.
She's a reporter. She's Barry Allen's girlfriend. She doesn't know. She doesn't know he's the Flash.
Yeah.
At least at this point.
All right.
So.
Okay. So there's a fight, and the trickster.
What's the trickster even doing? He's committing some crime.
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
And he's on the lam.
Yeah.
So
he stole some diamond jewelry.
So the Flash is going after him, as he does.
Oh man, he's got this big, long, 20-foot pole with the claws on the end of it, stealing gold.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's so stupid.
Okay.
All right, so
the Flash goes around Central City trying to find all the abandoned toy factories, or all the toy factories around that he could be using as his workshop. Because there are that many toy factories in Central City?
There must be hundreds. I don't know.
Jeez, but anyway, so he finds the trickster, and he starts fighting him. There's an explosion, because the Flash caught up with just a dummy that was rigged to explode. Then
Yeah.
he catches the real trickster, spins him around real fast, and takes him to jail.
Yeah. Spinning around makes them all dizzy. There's a cool thing. It's a yellow. It's drawn in yellow, and there's concentric circles. And,
Yeah, like because he's out like vertigo from spinning around real quick.
I thought that was just well done.
Yeah.
Um.
This is really Carmine Infantino at the top of his game too. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So, one more issue of Wanted, the world's deadliest villains, or most dangerous villains, excuse me. This is number 5, the January 1973 issue.
Mm-hmm.
And the lead story is called Wizard of the Light Wave Weapons. It's from Green Lantern number 33, which is the December 1964 issue. Written by Gardner Fox, penciled by Gil Kane, and inked by Sid Green. And it's Green Lantern against Dr. Light, the dastardly Justice League villain who fought just about everybody in the league one-on-one also. And he says that in this. He wants to get them all one at a time. Because he realized he couldn't beat them on their own.
Which is a great idea.
I mean, we've seen him fight Superman in some stories that we've read. I have read, there's a classic Atom story where they fight, and here's a Green Lantern one.
Yeah. Jumping fish hooks. What's this?
Says Pie Face.
It's a Aurora Borealis, and Northern Lights, and it's messing up everybody and scaring people. So Green Lantern fixes it by making a big green light bulb.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's going on? The Aurora Borealis was caused by Dr. Light.
Yeah, in Coast City.
Yep. Well, that's the city Green Lantern operates in.
Yeah. I forgot about that. I guess it's an okay name.
Yeah.
We ought to just name Portland Coast City. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right. So they need a Green Lantern, though.
Yeah, if only, right?
Yeah. All right. So Dr. Light is kicking Green Lantern's butt. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Green Lantern falls and he's knocked out, and his ring has been told to make sure he doesn't hit the ground, so he makes a big hole in the ground.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, all right.
So Buttons, what's going on?
Oh man. Okay. Green. I think Hal Jordan. Was it Hal Jordan or Green Lantern?
Well,
somebody's going to get a reward. So I think it's.
Hal is going to get an award, but he needs to go after Dr. Light. So he uses the ring to make Pie Face look like Hal, so he can accept the award for Hal. Yeah. He does this a lot.
Yeah.
And so Dr. Light creates a bunch of warriors out of light, and they're all of different colors of the light spectrum to fight Green Lantern. There's a purple guy, a blue guy, a green guy, a yellow guy, a red guy, and
gray guy.
Yeah. So anyway, and so on.
So he makes this green barrier, and
it stops everybody except for the yellow guy, obviously, because Green Lantern's ring cannot affect the color yellow.
But it does. How does he do that?
Magic. No, we'll figure it out.
Okay. In physics, as you go faster than the speed of light or something, or it's called something. It changes the color.
And that's what he does to make him a different color so he can affect him. Makes sense.
Yeah, but that's so it makes the yellow guy kill all the other colored guys.
Wait.
Yeah, so it's a Doppler effect. That's what
it is. And so Green Lantern beat Dr. Light.
No, then he can use the Doppler effect all the time. Then so
yeah. So, but hey, let's talk about our next story.
Yeah,
it's Doll Man against the Man in the Iron Mask, reprinted from Doll Man number 15. It's the Winter 1947 issue, and was written by Bill Woolfolk with art by Alex Kotsky. And Doll Man was not originally a DC Comics character; it was from Quality Comics, but DC bought many of those properties. And
yeah,
so there's Doll Man. He's the first shrinking superhero.
Oh, which is an interesting man. What an awful name. Hey, when I grow up, I want to be Doll Man. You can have Superman and Batman. I want to be Doll Man.
No.
That's,
But I like him. He's cool.
look, he's got the world's greatest vehicle.
Yeah, which is introduced in this story.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
All right. So his girlfriend, I guess they know he's Doll Man.
Yeah.
So, who's Baba Boomy.
Yeah.
And
Her girlfriend is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just thought it'd be clear.
So Doll Man likes. So he's in regular shape. So he goes down to Doll Man shape. Size. And he gets in the plane and tries out. And then he notices, oh, there's a car chase.
They built him a remote control plane, a small one.
It's not a remote control. He can fly it.
Well, okay, he can fly it, but it's a mini plane.
Yeah.
He can fly as Doll Man.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. And then when he's shrunk down, he has the strength of a normal-sized man.
Which is kind of not bad. Yeah.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
Because think about it, if you were just like jumped off of a shelf and punched somebody in the face and you could use like the full weight and strength of a grown man, you'd kick butt.
Your fist would probably pure skin. Because it'd be so concentrated.
Yeah.
I
never thought of that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So, of course, this being comic book world, there's a car chase going on every other block. So,
yeah.
So, the guy has robbed a bank. He's running away, and Doll Man comes up right beside him, and it scares him so much that the guy goes off the cliff, and car set on fire and goes in the water, and he's apparently dead.
But he's not.
Yeah,
he's disfigured and nursed back to health by some kindly folks.
Yeah, who are killed.
Yeah.
The Iron Mask is bad.
So this old guy, he created this Iron Mask. Why? Because he wanted to.
I don't know. Did he?
Oh, he was like a locksmith, and it was just kind of an old, like an eccentricity. He was into it.
People build weird things.
Yeah.
So this is not that bad idea.
So the criminal who survived and disfigured, he starts wearing the Iron Mask. He kills the guy who helped him, and then he goes off to get back his gang and be the mysterious Iron Mask. So he looks cool with the Iron Mask.
Yeah. You cannot eat or drink with it.
With it on, yeah.
And it's got a lock. So that's the only way, and one key, and the key is the only way to get it open.
Yeah, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
So he takes control of his old gang.
Yeah.
Blows away a guy who questions him.
Yeah, and he's got a decent-looking gun maul. So.
Yeah. Which ain't gonna do him much good because he looks like roadkill.
What difference does that make? You ever seen the rich millionaires, the girls they get?
Yeah.
So that's. If you're rich and you look like the Elephant Man, you could find a girl.
Sure.
So, let's see. So Doll Man breaks it up, and he's fighting and fighting.
And it's cool to see Doll Man fight the Iron Mask.
Yeah, and the guy in the Iron Mask smacks Doll Man in the head with his head. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I think this is the trope of Doll Man is you're in this dangerous situation that would not be dangerous to anybody else unless you're the size of a doll. So they throw him into an aquarium.
And they tied him up and throw him in there, yeah. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
But he gets out. He breaks out.
Yeah, because the guy leaves before, and the bad guy leaves before he's dead.
Yeah, and he doesn't know that, hello, if you tie up a guy with string to a plastic castle, he can break the string and bust out of an aquarium. He's got the strength of a grown man.
Yeah, but he doesn't break the string. He uses the castle to break the glass.
Well, okay, that works too.
Yeah, and then he's discovered by the police, and they let him go.
Yeah.
And here comes the fight, and now um, Doll Man's really mad. So what's he do? He punches him out. Um, Doll Man leaves, but then he comes back
Yeah.
because he left the key,
Mm.
which is kind of cool.
Okay.
Because you'd never be able to hear started that.
Right. Because he couldn't get out of the mask.
Okay.
So he beats him. Yay.
All right.
So the last comic we've got to talk about for this episode is The Unexpected, number 137. It's the July of 1972 issue. And the lead story is called Dark Vengeance, written by Carl Wessler, penciled by John Calnan, and inked by Mike Esposito.
Okay.
This is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be,
Okay.
but it's weird.
Yeah. A guy has his friend who comes back from the jungle with all this stuff, and
And the guy is married with a daughter.
and he's insanely jealous.
Yeah, because this guy used to go out with his wife years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's totally jealous. And it's his friend, though.
Yeah.
And the guy's just kind of like losing it. And the guy, his friend, who just got back from the jungle, is super nice and blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah. So he's showing them about this voodoo stuff, and I'm not sure, it's some kind of witchcraft stuff.
yeah,
So the guy gets in his head that okay, something like a what is it? Is it Three's Company? Yeah. You've seen the show.
yeah,
Every show, someone's talking innocently, and then someone comes into the middle of it, and it sounds really bad.
right.
And they do that every time. So something like this happens.
Yeah.
Really suspicious looking to him.
Yeah, and he thinks this guy's going to take his wife from him or whatever. And so, anyway, he's going nuts, and he thinks he has turned, via black magic, he's turned his wife and the guy, his friend, into dolls. And his daughter has been given dolls as a gift by him, and the guy is just cracking up.
Yeah, and he goes stark raving mad, and that's the end.
Yeah, he just goes nuts. No magic took place. He just went nuts.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Okay.
So
Nice.
the next story, this is a little interesting. It's called Trial by Torment, written by George Kasdan, penciled by Jerry Grandinetti, who normally I read a lot of stories by this guy in Creepy and Eerie, and his art style was really weird, and I wasn't into his stuff. I mean, this is very different because of the inker.
Yeah.
It's Wally Wood.
Oh.
And I couldn't believe that it was Jerry Grandinetti because it's completely unrecognizable as his style. It's normally he's very distinct in his oddball art style. I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. But this is just, it looks more like Wood than anybody else.
Yeah.
Pretty good story.
Yeah, not badly drawn. All right. This guy's being blackmailed because what did he do? He cheating his own employees from the retirement fund,
Yeah.
which is really a bad thing to do. So, he takes a blackmailer to this some kind of
Like a lake.
it has a
Whirlpool or something?
whirlpool. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So he thinks he's free, and then the guy comes back from the dead and smashes up his house, and he's going crazier and crazier and trying to stop him, and he tries to blow up the mine and kill him, but it's not working.
Yeah.
So finally he gets into the crazy place, and
The nut house.
yeah,
And then the guy is haunting him there too. There's
Yeah.
no escape.
mm-hmm.
So, boo!
Yeah, don't do crime, kids.
Yeah, I like the art though.
Yeah, it was
good.
very nice.
So, one more story.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Glowing Blood Red Eye, written by Carl Wessler with art by Jack Sparling,
Yeah,
who I enjoy.
Yeah, this is not the greatest story. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, Jack Sparling is one of those. I like him, but he's not the greatest artist.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just his stuff, especially he draws pretty girls.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Oh, I love this. There's a okay. Speaking of pretty girls, one falls out of the roller coaster. This is the first splash page panel, and this guy is carrying this little girl, and she's got a candy apple in her mouth, or a sucker. Or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was amused by that.
Sure.
All right. So this guy is out of work. So you can be the fortune teller, and
Well, it's like I don't know anything about that. It's like I'll teach you all the tricks.
mhm.
The carnival barker tells him. So,
Yeah.
so he becomes the fortune teller.
Yeah, and his eye starts glowing red, and he sees people dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get all mad at the predictions he makes because they're all negative.
Mm-hmm.
He predicts people's deaths and they happen. And so, does he get fired as the fortune teller?
No, he just he's actually causing the problems.
Weird.
Yeah.
And then he gets the idea he can use this power to
Kill people.
kill people and make his own life better. And so that's what he
Mhm.
does.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't. So his wife doesn't like this at all. So
surprise.
so he smacks around, and the kid gets the power and kills him.
Yeah. The end.
Yeah, that's just weird. How
Yeah.
does she get it? How did he get it?
I don't know. But she obviously inherited it from him
Mm-hmm.
as his child. But yeah, it's weird. It's really weird.
Not bad though. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for today. We'll see you in the funny pages.